Gamer Feed Radio.
And what's going on, everybody out there in podcast land? In case you were totally confused or thought you were listening to the wrong show, in fact, you're not. It's just Halloween, so we get to do all kinds of fun, crazy things with the sound effects. And, of course, life would be dull and meaningless and, frankly, incomplete if we didn't, and we're not joined, almost as always, by the Brad Wallace. What's going on, Brad?
Not much, just chilling. I had a couple weeks off there, I feel like, but I'm here.
You did, in fact, and, that's probably okay, maybe.
Wait a second. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
it's a good month of news.
It is, and so in case everyone is totally confused, lost, or otherwise, we had actually off last week again due to some travel and conflicting schedules, but we're back on our regular night, and it's time for the Newbs feed, all the news noobs need to know, and a bunch of other stuff.
That's right.
But before we jump in to all of that excitement, because, it wouldn't be any fun if we didn't give Brad a little bit of a lead-in here, because I'm such a super nice guy. It's time for a little bit of the save point.
That's right.
So, Brad, while there's a little bit of faded music in the background, you wanted to talk about a game you've been playing recently. Go for it.
Right. So I figure, we talk about the news and we talk about all kinds of stuff on the video game podcast. It's time to go, for the first time since Metal Gear, into a decent little, save point, mini review, impressions of games I've been playing. The big one is I got Yoshi's Woolly World for the Wii U. First Wii U game I've played since Mario Party 10, which came out in March. So the old Wii U was sitting there collecting dust for a good while.
Yeah.
I want to get Mario Maker, as we talked about. It's just, I'm kind of probably going to get that around Black Friday, Christmas time. But I'm really liking it. And it's not just like in Stockholm Syndrome, nothing's coming out, so I better like it because it's the only game for 2 months. But it's like a really, really, really good platform. It's really, really good. I don't know. I like it a lot, and I like the graphics are just insanely good. Like one of the best looking games ever. No joking. Just aesthetically, I mean, not detail, photorealistic, but just aesthetically, it's one of the best looking games I've ever played by far.
Yeah, I mean, I never expected the graphics to be too crazy, but yes, they are good.
Yeah, I mean, even just the gameplay, I thought it was going to be baby platformer. In some ways, it kind of is. Like, when you die, you just go to a checkpoint. There's no real super hard penalty in lives and all this stuff. But, the game gets surprisingly tough at a lot of points. And I'm, halfway through right now. And even, some of the, end world boss stages, I'm, kind of, having to replay a couple times to get down.
That sounds awfully frustrating.
No, it's great. I love it. I mean, I'm not super masochist hard game guy, but I want games to have a little bit of challenge, But I really like that. I actually gaming confession time.
Uh-oh.
I never played Yoshi's whatever it's called on Super Nintendo. What was that called? Yoshi's Island? Is that one?
Wait, what?
I never played that game. Yeah. I never played Yoshi's Story on N64. It's the first Yoshi game I've ever played.
Okay.
So I got that going for me.
Which is okay, but that just means you have an objective opinion, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
So, as my first Yoshi game, I just love it. I like the whole, sucking up enemies. That sounds gross. You're eating them and pooping them into balls, and that also sounds gross. I just like the whole thing. It's so good. I really like that. I don't know if this was in the Super Nintendo and N64 games, but some of the levels almost feel like Zelda dungeons, like Zelda 2 side-scrolling dungeons, where you have to go and collect keys, and you can kind of go in any path you want. you can take like multiple paths to all go to get the same items, and like it's just so cool. I love the game so much. I can't speak highly of it enough. Like it's like really, really, really good platforming goodness.
See, my challenge is though, I'm first of all, I'm not really a big Yoshi game person, and it's just so cutesy, sick, cute,
and it's
cute.
not that bad. Like I remember way back in the day with like Rob, we were talking about Little Big Planet once, and I was talking to him. I think it was like right when he got Little Big Planet 3 for PS4, and we were talking about how that game it talks to you like a baby, and it's like so use your imagination. Everything's and it's just like so stupid. Like as a grown man, you feel really dumb playing it. But like I promise you, like this game doesn't make you feel that way. Like it feels like you're playing a unique artistic experience and not like baby mode, candy colored kiddiness. Like I don't know. It's it really feels like something more charming for all ages rather than speaking to you like you're freaking like 6 years old all the time.
Right.
Like you see, it's almost like Disney or Pixar, where obviously the kids eat it up, but like as an adult, you can still appreciate it and get something out of it. Well, and that's like the best stuff to me.
And that's a good thing. I mean, the fact that Nintendo is at least consistent in making everyone, regardless of their age group, for the most part, I guess, really enjoy playing a particular game is a hallmark of them as a publisher and developer. So,
and even if you think of like Mario and stuff, by all means, that's kind of a child's game in a lot of ways. I mean, like they market New Super Mario Brothers U and all that when it came out to like the Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network crowd, but the vast majority of their player base is probably 18 to 25 or whatever, like not 25, more like 18 to whatever, like adult aged. I'm thinking of something else, but I don't know, I love it. Like I love that game. And real brief side note, when I was impulse buying random stuff, 2 games I have to give shout outs to. One is Shovel Knight, because I'm so late on the Shovel Knight train.
You are way late. Like so late, it's kind of it's a sin, I think, at this point.
Well, they came out with, which we know how much I hate DLC.
I was just it was funny because I was really arguing if in the intro I was gonna make up a fake monster costume for you, like DLC Doomsday himself, Brandon Wallace. But
well, the funny thing is that game has free DLC, which is the way to go. So there was like all this hype about this new. It's not Halloween themed necessarily, but like it's kind of Halloween themed. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a go. So I just bought the game with the DLC, I guess, just like updated in or bundled in, at no additional cost. So I played through that, and just God, I don't know how it took me this long to play that game, because it is like right up my alley. Like
it's
how much I love Mega Man and Zelda.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's so good. It's so hard to. Like, I don't know. I even knew I think I would like it. Like, when it came out, it just kind of pushed it off. And it never quite got on my radar to the level that I needed to buy it.
Right.
But then I was just like, I'm kind of in the mood for something new, but there's not a lot of good new games. And that game's like a year old at this point. I was like, I got, $15 on my account, on my like 3DS account, because I played it on 3DS. And I loved it so much. Like, and it's a game that like you want to keep playing and you want to replay. You want to keep getting stuff. Like that's a sign of like a great game, is when you want to make it last longer rather than you wanting it to be over so you can move on to something else.
Right. No,
like even as much as I love Metal Gear, by the end of 50 hours of that story mode, I was like, all right, geez, like, when is this going to end? Like, I like it, but good God, how much longer? But this game, it's like perfectly fast-paced, really difficult, old school kind of challenge. So good. If you're on the fence and you think you're interested at all in Shovel Knight, a year late from me, like, totally get it. It's so worth it. It's now on PS4 and Xbox One, so.
Which is even better, and i.e., no excuse to not play it.
Well, I thought about getting it on PS4 for the trophies, but then I was like, man, I haven't played a 3DS game since Majora's Mask, so might as well Give that, another run.
Well, and it's good because it gives you, the portability and,
Yeah.
seeing you run around with some kind of, giant portable device
Yeah.
sounds awkward.
And
Really.
real quick, just two baby mentions. One is I don't have it myself, but my girlfriend got Happy Home Designer.
Oh, yeah.
She's been so addicted to it, and she's like a big Animal Crossing fan. Like she's not crazy gamer girl, but certain games she really really likes, and she's just like can't put it down. Like she's totally hooked on it, which is good. I mean, I haven't played it at all. I've kind of watched her play it,
Right.
but I'm glad it's not some quick little cash in crappy thing. Like it seems like it's a really fun, addicting game. It's almost like a puzzle game. She described it. So you're given a scenario, and then you have to like solve that person's needs. So if someone's like, I want to get a beach hideaway, like you have to design everything around that person. I don't know. It sounds cool. It's neat.
I mean, if that's your bag.
It's not quite my bag, which is why it's not my game. But if you like the furniture part of Animal Crossing, it sounds like the best game ever.
Hey, and that's really all the world really needs, honestly, let's be honest.
And finally, real brief shout out to a game that maybe, influenced by, alcoholic beverages. I impulse bought this game on PS4 called, what's it called? Primal Carnage Extinction or something.
No, you did not.
Yes, it's a dinosaur hunting first-person shooter class-based multiplayer game.
Oh my god.
You play as a T-Rex and a raptor, or you can play as the humans trying to kill the... Dude, it's the best game I've ever played in my life.
It sounds ignorant.
It's awful, but amazing. I need to look up Primal Carnage. I think it's called Primal Carnage Extinction. Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
So fun. Dude, it's like it's really kind of crappy graphics and it's kind of so bad it's good. But at the same time, like I've been
that
playing...
coming from you has a lot of weight,
Well, but it has like a rush mode or like a survival mode, which when you're playing with like 4 other people, like that's actually really fun. And you're just mowing down hordes of little raptors coming at you. Dude, it's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I mean,
I've been getting a lot of mileage out of that one. And yeah, maybe it was, couldn't stop laughing at the fact that it was a real game and I bought it in a certain state of mind. But it ended up being great. Like, we play it the whole weekend today. Like, oh, dude, it's so fun.
I mean, I am perhaps a bit more choosy with my spending dollars.
This is true.
Just perhaps.
It was another case of like I had $20 left on my account from when I had...
Oh, no.
And I was like, dude, Primal Carnage.
So for me, it's like when you spend money on stuff like that, it's like, why don't you just buy DLC? Because at least you know what you're getting.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I was totally not even planning on playing my PS4 much, except for whatever PS Plus games come out till the end of the year. Like, at this point, I'm kind of less hyped about Battlefront because it's like a DLC machine, which we all kind of thought it would be.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about it, but
like that, I'm not as hyped about. Fallout 4, I want to play, but it's like I don't know if I have the time to just like put so much into that game,
Yeah, we'll talk about that too, just a little bit because their release is impending.
Yeah, so we'll get to it, but I just had to give a shout out to my quick little. Wow, that ended up being not that quick. But,
I can't say I'm shocked.
I loved it's really 4 games I've talked about, but all of them are goes. Yoshi's Woolly World, Shovel Knight, Happy Home Designer, and Primal Carnage Extinction. All are awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, with that, I think we can move on to the next piece of the show. The next segment being, in fact, the Newbs feed for October. So this is the now monthly segment where we break down and talk about all the news Noobs need to know. So, we have a ton of stuff to cover, some of which is more interesting than others. So to just jump right in, this last week or so, the Nintendo NX is getting a ton of buzz around what is being called, quote, cutting-edge technology in the box in this developer kit, apparently, that's being circulated in the developer community. Yeah, just like that. So that sound effect was real, all natural.
That was live.
I'm pretty sure the FDA says that that's okay. We can claim that it's all natural. We can.
I think so. That's
I
how
think it's in our contract.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, do we agree with the hype?
Yes. That's my word answer. Dude, I'm so excited. Like, I think Nintendo's always been on like a every other console thing, except for when they really had 2 duds in a row in the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube.
Uh-huh.
But, even their handhelds have been kind of on and off. Which one's a mega hit, which one's kind of like a core fan base hit. And Wii U, beat it into the ground that it's, basically a failure. But everything that comes out about this just sounds so perfect. The thing about specifically cutting edge is way back, if you, go in your way back machine, you go back to 2005 when they announced the Revolution, as it was called.
Oh, God.
Iwata, rest in peace,
mm-hmm.
He said almost the exact same thing. Like the Wii or the Revolution is going to have industry-leading cutting-edge chips. And what they got was literally like barely more powerful than
the previous generation, right?
Yeah. So I don't know what to think with NX being. I don't think it would be much more powerful than the PS4 and Xbox One, just because I think they're smart enough to realize that the way they win, or I don't know, this is me wishful thinking at this point. The way they win and the way developers win is when they have the cheapest system and the easiest to make games for. And I think they're going to get the easy to make games for thing down, but I don't know if they're going to be this PS4 level powerhouse thing. I think it'll be marginally more powerful than what they both are. But then again, I think the PS5 and Xbox 4 or whatever it's called, I think those are going to be, marginally more powerful than the current systems. I don't think there's going to be a major leap in technology ever again. I think there's just going to be, incremental updates from here on out for console gaming in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting that there's already a dev kit available and,
and I should, not to jump in too much here, but the way the dev kit thing works is it's not like, just any Joe Schmo developer can get one. Like, the way they're handing out dev kits now has to be to, like, the top dog developers in the world. Like, I doubt especially no indies at this point, and even a lot of like AAA stuff. I bet not a lot of people have the dev kit because there's no way they're going to let that stuff leak. Like, there's absolutely no way.
Right.
So I would expect maybe like some of their Japanese partners, like Square Enix or something. Because I remember Square Enix talking about they wanted to bring Dragon Quest something to the NX. Do you remember that? Did you see that?
Yep.
And there was maybe one other game. It might have been like Final Fantasy or something. Like Final Fantasy Online, 14, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's the one console publisher that console maker that is not included in that game.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm so excited. The way the predictions are looking and the way everything is kind of lining up with the way this information's trickling out is. I bet my life that by March of next year we have a full reveal of the NX, and I bet my life that by October or November the system will be out on store shelves. I would put everything in my life on a bet that we know what it is by March and that it's out by October, November.
I mean, there's an evil part of me that really wants your soul. So,
so you're gonna take me up on it?
I am going to take you up on it. Well, I mean, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but periodically I've been placing sound effects throughout the course of the show. I can't
hear them. I'm gonna have to listen.
Oh again. My gosh! So random screams and door slams and other things.
Oh, it's gonna sound all evil when I'm like, I would sell my soul. I would bet.
I don't know about that necessarily, but there's some fun going on here. There's a little fun.
Oh, I'm
excited. Okay, so I'm glad
I think because GDC is in March, Game Developers Conference.
Yep.
They're going to be pimping NX hard, whatever it's end up actually being called. Like that's going to be like the developer clusterbuck when like they're gonna try to get that in everybody's face by then. Like I just see that perfectly lining up.
Yeah.
Like PS4 was announced in February of 2013 and came out in November 2013. I'd say there's a 0% chance that it's not announced by GDC.
Yeah. I mean, that would be great. I would be totally cool with that. Is it really going to happen, or is it going to be the classic case of hurry up and wait, Nintendo fans? I have no idea. I really, after being so screwed over on Zelda, and
I think we're getting screwed over for the better because
I get that.
I really think that
I get it. I do in the prevailing business. I get it. I don't believe them until they prove it.
Here, when we're playing Zelda on our NXs, we can go back to this show. I bet my life that Zelda is a launch game or launch window game at worst. But I bet my life that the Zelda Wii U is a launch NX game. It might be the same where it's on both systems like it was Twilight Princess, but I bet my life that it's on NX. They're too smart. Like, we know that they're a dumb company, but they're not that dumb. Like, they would not pass up Zelda on launch again.
I mean,
a lot of people don't. I say this every show, I feel like, but a lot of people don't give Twilight Princess enough credit for a big reason why the Wii was so popular.
There's a lot of rumors circulating that's going to get the remake treatment.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah. There's that. There was also the news this week of just sticking with Nintendo news. Other news this week that some dude broke the world record for beating Super Mario Brothers, the original.
That's cool.
In 4 minutes and 57 seconds.
It's just like hilarious. Like, how does that even happen?
The fact that game has been out for, 30 years, and just now somebody's beating it in sub 5 minutes. I remember the weeks it took in some instances to get past some of those stupid levels.
I remember when I played it, even when I'm not as old as you, but like when I played it as a kid, I feel I'm not trying to act like
whatever. There's so many cuss words for you.
Dude, I remember we used to get stuck on World 5 over and over and over. Like we could not get past World 5.
Yeah, 5 was evil.
Yeah, that was when the game got that was where the real Mario began, was World 5. First 4, pretty much anyone could get down with enough practice. 5 is insanity. But yeah.
Yeah. So
I may not have that world record speedrun pulled up on YouTube as we talk right now.
I'm just saying. I mean, I try to keep it real. Okay, so that sadly, I think. There's one more bit about Nintendo. So of course, we hit October 21st, 2015, aka Back to the Future Day.
Oh, there you go.
I don't have the stupid trumpet sound effect, kids. I'm sorry, but due to copyright reasons beyond my control, Nintendo released the shooter game, that shooter arcade game, which names it Western Corridor or Shoot 'em. It's some shoot 'em game that Marty McFly goes into the cafe in the future and he plays. So they released it on Virtual Console on Back to the Future Day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which is, everybody was doing it. There was actually an article, I can't remember if it was Polygon or Kotaku or whoever, somebody was like, seriously, can we just all get over Back to the Future Day? You're making me hate the movie. And I'm like, you're such a hater. Just get in your little Fallout bunker and shush your face.
Yeah, I don't know. Back to the Future's good, but nah, I don't know. It's not quite my thing.
Hey,
I love so much. You know how much I'm a lover of everything.
No,
it takes a lot.
This is not true.
I don't know. It takes a lot for me to hate something, but I'm not crazy about Back to the Future. That's just one that kind of me culturally.
You can just get over your young self, and for those of us in the '80s when that came out, it was big stuff. It was big
I watched
stuff.
When I was in high school in the 2000s.
Right, when you were even more cynical than you are today. So
yeah, this is true.
I mean, maybe you should wait a little bit more and then come back to it when it's on super digital 10,000K video.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, maybe then.
We'll see.
All right, so that's all the Nintendo news. Let's jump to some other things. So on the PlayStation side, Twitch finally launched a dedicated app for PlayStation 4.
It's about damn time. How
I love it. It's
been
great.
2 years and they finally just got it.
I know. Well, it's funny because if you look at the layout of it, it kind of looks like the Xbox console, like with the window panes and you scroll. But that aside, it's good. I enjoy it. I get to, I can put it on low in the background or on my phone, and
yeah. I do that a lot. I find I don't watch it on like my computer or my systems, but like I'll watch it on my iPad if I'm just like, the same way I'd watch a YouTube video. Like I'll just pull up a game I kind of want to watch.
Yep.
Like Hearthstone, especially, even though I don't play it as much because it gives me, rage. But like I just like watching it and just chilling, and yeah, it's like I get the spectator sport appeal of Twitch. Like I always have, but especially once I got an iPad like a year ago, like my own iPad.
Right.
That's like the perfect way to view it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to check in every once in a while, and it's nice that I can do that natively, and you don't have to use the crappy browser that's on the system.
Yeah, the browser was awful on PS4.
God, it's just, I don't know why they ever thought that was even a good temporary solution. Like, it's just, just not good. Okay, so you kind of mentioned it earlier, but let's just jump on it. Star Wars Battlefront.
Star Wars DLC front, am I right?
Yeah, so the cool thing is there was some news this week that it's going to let you play as Han Solo, Princess Leia, or the Emperor Palpatine, presumably to compete with Destiny. Yeah. And, I'm talking to some friends about this, and so many people are stoked about it, like, a lot of the guys I play online with, and there was like, I'm going to totally quit for like a month and play this, Battlefront. It's going to be, and I watched all the videos, and I've, tried to get stoked because I love Star Wars. I love it. And I will not buy this game. The parts where you're like flying and shooting in like a airplane simulator looks like absolutely negative 1 million fun. Like there's no joy in that. None.
Yeah. I don't like the graphics look like insanely good. But I genuinely think that this game is going to be like this, I don't know. Not that Destiny's bad, because I actually like Destiny. And I know that you and a lot of our listeners love Destiny.
Yes, they do.
But I feel like it's going to be the way Destiny launched vanilla was. And I know they've fixed and patched all kinds of business, but it's going to be that big disappointment of the year kind of deal, Like, and I wouldn't even have considered Destiny the biggest disappointment of that year, but like, it's going to be in that same critical. Like, I guarantee it'll be like 70s Metacritic. Like, I don't even if the critics love it. Then I just think player wise, it's going to be like Titanfall at best, like where it's really popular for like 2 weeks, and then it just kind of goes, oh, so that's the whole game.
Yeah,
and that's the way all these class-based multiplayer things end up being. Like, I don't know. It takes a lot for an online shooter to have like real legs. I know. I'm just gonna.
No, it's great because it's all natural. It's brought to you by, and we can say that.
But if you look at like the most popular shooters out there, it's like Counter-Strike and then Call of Duty, whatever year, insert year here. Like that's it. Like even Halo 4 was a bomb. Halo 5.
Oh god.
Talked about, but that seems like critically it's going to be not that great. Like shooters are just a thing that doesn't really have a lot of legs anymore for whatever reason. Like there aren't that many big popular shooters that last longer than like a couple months. And I think Battlefront's going to be the exact same. Not to mention it's this DLC whore that they're going to pimp out all their map packs and do deaths and what's it's galore, and not me.
Wow. There was a Disney reference in there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. Something, blah, 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 Little Mermaid. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow. On that note, I think it's probably good to just cut it here briefly for a short commercial break. Just noting that, you can check us out on iTunes and iHeartRadio, and if you're not, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong?
What's up? What's up, girl? Why you...
What's up?
But, so work on that. And, we're also on Twitter and Facebook at GamerFeed Radio. And all things new original and all the shows are available up on gamerfeedradio.com.
Yeah.
So, all right, I had to kind of, break it up ever so slightly so that we could talk a little bit about the commercial break.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you're like, ooh, that's exciting. So, jumping back into the news.
Woo.
So, we've got a little bit of news here.
I like these pauses. They're like dramatic.
Well, it sounds dramatic pause to you, but it's me giving the music just a minute.
It's like... So I can't hear the music for all you listeners out there as we're doing this live. So there's just these moments where like Nick will stop. I'm like waiting in anticipation. Like, it made more sense that it's not silence; it's filled with music. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So now that we're back into it, let's jump into, since you mentioned it, a little bit of Destiny. So there's tons of stuff. Okay, so we talked about this several episodes back, but I think it's worth mentioning again that Bungie is really, really, really good about, especially now, somehow getting into the news cycle every other damn day. And I mean every other day. And so what's been going on, you ask? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because since we last talked, Destiny has launched microtransactions.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, Brad, because I know you're a super huge fan. Now, Bungie claims, and Kyle and I talked kind of just really just little bits a couple weeks back about this, but, microtransactions are generally considered by most people to be the devil. And yeah, so he's laughing there.
I heard that one.
Yeah, he's laughing there. But, look, they claim it's only going to be for optional stuff, and they even gave you, like some of the new in-game currency or whatever for free, so you could kind of download and try out a couple of different emotes or whatever. And, that it's never going to put a paywall on a quest or a storyline or anything like that. And so far, right, it's been good. Now, what they say is that the part of the bigger strategy is, and this was on Twitter, and Luke Smith talked about this, and everybody, that the people who do pay for microtransactions and buy the stuff, which there, let's face it, will be millions of people who will do that, will fund all of the next round of expansions up until the release of Destiny 2 in 2016. So any additional DLC that comes out between now and Destiny 2 will be free for everybody.
Yeah.
So, Brad Wallace, is that a fair trade-off?
I think that, as much as I hate DLC, and it's well established, that's actually the best way to do it. Like, I can't think of an argument against that if it's just cosmetic and the actual, like, game content is free. That's like the perfect trade-off for me, because I would never, like, literally in a million years buy cosmetic DLC. But I know a lot of people that really like that stuff, especially in Counter-Strike is like the big example I can think of, where you can like buy these loot crates basically, and you get different gun skins and stuff like that. And it's really cool when you see someone with this like ultra rare gun skin on their gun that goes on eBay for a lot of money. But it doesn't actually impact the game at all. You're not actually boosting stats or whatever. It's just like some cool purple pattern on it or whatever.
Right.
So that stuff is like totally fine with me. Like, I remember Evolve, which is now seems like such a distant memory, which is kind of hilarious.
It is.
But that game got a lot of flack for microtransactions, which were in that game there were also just cosmetic stuff and non-essential gameplay things. So it's like, all right, cool, that's totally fine. The problem with Evolve was, and Evolve also said they were going to have free map packs, like forever. Like free maps, for the life of the game. When I thought, like, my God, that's how you do DLC. You do cosmetic stuff for $1, $2 at a time, and free actual content. Except in that case, it was a really bad one because they ended up selling you characters for like $15, which is just total garbage. And I wouldn't put it past Bungie to do the same thing, to sell you a new type of Guardian type for $15 or whatever. Like, I think that sucks. But But yeah, like I just think that's the way to go. Like there are people that really like cosmetic things and emotes and this, that, the other. Like let them pay, and it's almost like a tip jar. It's not that you actually really want that kind of stuff for your game. It's almost like a way of saying, "Hey, I really like what you guys are doing. I'm going to give you $2 extra because the way you've been updating us in community posts and the way you've been listening has been cool." Like that's how I feel like a lot of that stuff goes.
Yeah. The fear, of course, is, and I'll use the phrase because it just gets so much buzz, is it's the slippery slope because it's Activision. It's Activision, right? So, the question is, at some point, is Bungie going to be able to continue to resist the push from Activision to monetize more things? Are they going to shed half their staff like the last time they disagreed with Activision?
Yeah. If you can sell it and make like $1 off of it, then even then it would be worth it. If you don't want it, then don't buy it. Like that's it. That seems like such a simple, case closed thing, but like I don't want any DLC, so I don't buy any DLC. The thing that sucks is when people put their endings of their game in DLC, and in Destiny's case, they almost do that with the Taken King, even though it's almost like a sort of sequel.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't like it when they sell story or actual game stuff necessarily.
Well, I mean, for you, it's going to work out real great, Brad, right? Because all you got to do is wait until after the holidays. You'll be able to, or wait until like Cyber Monday.
Yeah, and everything's gonna be like $5,
and you'll get Destiny: The Taken King for $30 or $25 on super sale today only, and you'll get all the expansion packs plus the Taken King, and then you can catch up, and then we can talk.
That's the other thing about all these DLC packs across the board is that, like, you're almost punishing the people for buying it first. You're rewarding the people that wait a year and get the inevitable everything packed in for the same price. They used to call it Game of the Year edition, and now
and a lot of people complained about that. To be fair, I mean, they were like, "Why am I going to pay $60 for this physical disc? Because the download, I have no space on my system, and you want me to buy the physical disc, but it's already got all the crap I already have. So why do I have to pay $60 for that?" So there was some challenge there. I'll give you that. But like in the case of the microtransactions, it's not just emotes. There's also some fun dances like.
That stuff's cool. Like I've seen the one Backstreet Boys. That was funny. We posted it on our Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, the Carlton. And so this week they're doing this. Now I'm telling you, Brad, this is just you could probably log in and see it for free.
I've heard about it. The Halloween stuff.
Yeah. So like and all new quests around the Halloween stuff, and if you want, they have Halloween emotes and dances. So of course. I had a little bit of leftover currency from when the other stuff came out. I think I got like $10 worth. Just so I could, get a good enough sampling. And I had just enough to buy Thriller.
Nice.
So I'm running around doing the zombie thing all over the place. And it is hilarious fun. Okay, so enough about the microtransactions. So I think it's good for the community in the sense that they're going to get some free game coming soon. And if these new quests for Halloween are any glimpse of what Bungie's got planned, I think that's awesome. And, that means more people can participate for free. I mean, I guess you could call them freeloaders, Brad. But, that's okay. I'm willing to fund myself too. I work and pay taxes, so I'm used to it. They also did a new version of. Yeah, I know. They also did a new version of Iron Banner. It got a lot of complaints because apparently there was a bug that people weren't getting the kind of drops they were expecting.
Oh, I heard about that a little bit.
Yeah, so that made the news. For all those super PvP people, October 30th.
People, I like it.
Yeah, Trials of Osiris comes back, so you can go. Where the loot and gear matters, and you can go shoot up all of the innocent noobs that think that they can beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just Friday, they released the new hard mode to the King's Fall raid, which somebody then promptly beat in an hour. Yeah. Nice. So, all the Destiny news in one sweet little package. Brad, any comments, concerns, or jokes?
No, I kind of got my Destiny piece out. I mean, at this point, I'm just waiting for whatever Destiny 2 is.
Yeah, but then you're going to have missed so much of the story, you're going to be lost.
The story in that game is like,
It's good now.
it's like the story on my microwave. Like, I don't care. Just give me what give me the
It's
food.
good now. It's
I don't
good
care.
now. Oh my gosh,
I
we're gonna have to have a guys' night, you, me, Kyle, and I'm just gonna have to immerse you in all this so we can get you up to speed.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll see. I at this point though, I am probably, unless there is some kind of mega sale, that's the only DLC for any game I'm marginally interested in. But I would get it if it was all bundled together for literally like $5 to $10.
well, if for no other reason, even if you decide not, no, I don't know if you can do it without the Taken King. I was gonna say because there's even like a new Halloween only Crucible map. Like, come on, dude.
I have every once in a while. I'll go through my PS4 and I'll just play like random games, and I've been doing like one Crucible match here and there. I still like the game. It's just
I know you were you had to separate yourself for your own health. At least that's what the claim was.
Well, the thing that bugged me was the abusive loot system in 1.0 and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. I just really hope that there's more to Destiny 2 than just more of the same with different maps.
Right. Well, I mean, look, if Taken Kings changes the way they listen to feedback and the significant improvement in story is any indication of what's to come, I think everyone's going to be pleasantly surprised.
I just really hope that Destiny 2 is like a new thing. It's not just another Taken King style. It's the same game, but there's more stuff. Like, I really want to see them just explode and push out into new stuff.
But yeah. We will see.
Indeed.
Continuing on the rundown, apparently it's official. RIP to the Vita?
Yeah, dude, that thing was dead before it came out.
The news was that, Sony's no longer developing first-party content for it anymore. So, but it's like, I have to tell you, there are so many people that use it just for remote play. It's like, why?
It's the worst. It's literally the worst piece of technology hardware since like the N-Gage. Like, it's literally so bad.
N-Gage.
The N-Gage. I might be giving it too much credit too. Like, it's so bad. The Vita is just the dumbest thing ever. Like, for like a brief second when it came out, it seemed like it might have been marginally good idea because of literally just Uncharted. But you look at the Metacritic for all the Vita games, they're all like in the 70s at the highest and the 80s at the very, very highest. It's like, the 3DS has this insanely good lineup of games, and it's a really cheap system, and like the Vita just can't keep up. It's now the only reason, like you said, to have one is remote play. Like the Vita itself, there's no reason to have one. It's sad. Like, and every single game that Sony put out for it was just garbage. It was tossed it in the garbage, bad, horrible. There's not a single good first-party Sony game except for the sort of not too shitty to, throw your thing out the window Uncharted game. But, like, the resistance for it was awful. The Killzone for it was awful. Like, it's just, they didn't try. Like, nobody cares about it. The thing's awful. I'm sorry. That's my hate.
No. I mean,
it's also me trying to rile up Vita owners to go.
Well, they are. They're gonna. Yeah, they're raging on you as we speak. I mean, look, I don't have anything else to say about it other than I agree, man.
Yeah, rest in peace. Good riddance.
Yep. Peace. So next topic.
That's quick.
I know, right? Hey,
it's like Vita's lifespan.
Yeah. So apparently Arkham Knight's getting released on PC on October 28th.
Yeah, released.
Like,
that's hilarious.
I mean, really? That, I guess. I mean, it's a great game. People really liked it. I'm over it.
Yeah, who's still begging for it? I mean, I don't know. It's cool that they're finally fixing it, but good lord. That was a train wreck, Like, so bad.
Yeah. Okay, well, that one's dead. Moving on. So, Guitar Hero Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out, and some
people...
it's
Rock Band 4.
Yeah. And people are saying good things. Since I put this on the agenda because I know you're a big Guitar Hero person. Thoughts?
More of a Rock Band person. But right, I was a music game guy. I will say for all you veteran listeners, go back and listen to our music show. That was a great one last year.
Yeah, it was
this time last year. If you look up October episodes of Gamer Feed Radio. That's a really good episode, actually.
It was a really good
And
one.
that was one, oh my God. You were there for that, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, were you?
I
don't
don't
know if you.
know. I can't remember what I did yesterday. Don't ask me that.
But I remember, part of me thinks you weren't there, but I remember we thought we recorded the whole podcast. And then
Oh,
we
yeah.
stopped over on the computer like an hour in, and he's like, oh my God, I never hit record. So we had this whole show, and it was so good. It was so funny. We had to redo the entire thing. It was so bad.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I was there for that. But
yeah, that was the saddest day of my life.
I mean, for me, I think it's great because so far, knock on wood, there has not been any recurrence of that shenanigan.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look now. Did we record?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, good.
It's flashing at me. It's telling me that we're recording. We're good.
Flashing at you. I didn't ask. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so Guitar Hero Live.
I'll give you a brief impression. I played the Target demo unit of it. I kind of like the new button layout. It's kind of confusing, but like halfway through your first song, you'll kind of pick it up. It feels like actually playing guitar. Like I play guitar, so I like the fact that you go on different quote unquote strings and you kind of play little basic baby chords. Like I like it. It makes it more challenging. It does make reading the notes on the screen way harder. But once you realize that like white is up and black is down or the opposite or whatever it is,
right?
It becomes easier to read. But I mean, I just like it a lot. I'm glad that both of them are back. It makes me happy, even though I'm no interest in either at all at this point to buy them. But for the people that do, it's good,
No, that's it. I mean, I think just that some people are kind of digging it, and that's a good thing. I mean, I remember maybe it was a month ago or 2 months ago when this kind of came up partially. I think it was in a Newbs feed, and I was like, it's not my bag, still isn't my bag. But I am glad that for those people that really, really like the game, that they're finding it to be satisfactory or something that they could, put some time to. And that's good. I mean, that speaks volumes. I thought that it was a bygone era that was going to be flushed down the toilet and never come back with all of those damn guitar accessories.
Yeah.
But apparently, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Good old nostalgia.
Word.
Okay, so the next topic is, again, since you mentioned it, Fallout 4 is incoming.
Yeah, it just went gold.
Gold.
As they say.
And I also have on here that the Fallout Shelter app, which I have, and if you haven't played it, it's lots of fun, gets all Halloween, and so people are dressed up, and there's little pumpkins everywhere. Anyway, so let's talk about Fallout 4, because, the last week, the big news for them was it's every day is a new piece of merchandise on the Great Lord Giveaway, or whatever they called it. So you could get, socks, underwear, other weird exotic items that you could purchase from their store. Does anyone care? And except that every once in a while, the Pip-Boy limited edition $120 version of the game with the super cool, plastic wrist thing you can like plug your phone into and see the future or whatever.
Yeah.
I've pretty much resigned myself that I'm gonna get it. My only beef is that no new gameplay of any kind has been released since like July.
Yeah. I mean, I like it because Bethesda's smart, Like, they know that the people that play their games want this, hundreds of hours, dozens of hours of unique content.
At 30 frames per second. A solid 30 frames per second.
I kind of grumble about that. But, I don't know. I like that they keep a lot of stuff as a surprise. Like, I remember being so skeptical of Skyrim because they announced and released Skyrim within 11 months. Like, so many games anymore you hear about, like, 2 years before they come out. Like, literally, we've been hearing about Metal Gear Solid 5 for, like, 3 years. Until this year it finally launched. Like, I was so nervous. And in Fallout's case, it was announced in June and comes out in October. That, like, I was so afraid Skyrim was going to be this watered down thing, and it was going to be... And it was the same way. They didn't show new gameplay for months and months and months. And I was just like, uh-oh, I'm not having a good feeling about this.
Right.
And then ended up being what we know today is just like this all-time classic, great RPG ever. I totally think Fallout 4 is going to be, among the highest rated games of the year, like total masterpiece,
Yeah, I get that impression too. I think just for me and my taste, like I want to see some more gameplay. Like I want to see you don't have to give anything away, but like of the videos that are out there, it's kind of hard to tell, oh, there's the dog and oh, there's some funny tech, like speech and oh, there's some monstery things and some fire in the background and look at those effects. I just it's
yeah.
not enough for me to get really jazzed about it. It's like, okay, I didn't really play any of the other Fallout games, so I don't have that hook, I guess. So for a gamer that's, looking at all this news going, whoa, there's so much stuff here. It's just not, I don't know. It's like, meh.
Yeah, the way
Eh.
Bethesda makes games is like the way everyone should make games, Like they're just the best. They're like the best, one of the best developers out there. Like, and even they do like expansion DLC stuff. And even though I don't buy it, like I appreciate that it's actually like really each $10, $20 expansion is like 20, 30 hours of gameplay. Like that's way more than, a Call of Duty campaign. Like I don't know. I really appreciate how much effort they put into their games, and they're just are the real shining star of the developer world, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, definitely. I mean, when we did the E3 show, if you recall, um, we gave major props to the Bethesda press conference, and I mean, they had hands down one of the most compelling lineups
Like
that.
showing,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it was just game after
yeah,
game and great.
Doom,
Yeah,
Fallout 4, like
yeah,
yeah,
and more to come. Still, it's just
yeah.
that I think is where I really kind of paid attention for the first time. But even like just before all that, it's like I wish you'd show me just a teensy weensy bit more, so
But
that I
it's
could be
that
like
it's almost
sold.
it's like a tease. It's like they know that people are so like feverishly excited about their game that they don't have to show all this stuff. Like I don't know. I really like what they do, and for selfish reasons, I can't wait for Fallout 4 to come out. Not just because I can play it, but because that means potentially the new Elder Scrolls it would be next on the docket, and that makes me a happy, happy man.
Yeah, look,
And
I mean, and then you have the option for, the optional DLC, season pass, Battlefield's the same. Both are complete ripoffs. It's like, hey, I'm gonna pay $60 and then pay another $30 for Fallout 4 season pass, or worse, you could do Battlefront, which is like, oh,
$50 more, yeah.
yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? Like,
Uh,
really?
dude,
People
the
are really
season
gonna pay
pass,
that crap?
yeah, the season pass in particular is about like the scummiest thing in video games. It's just you're like betting that you'll like it.
Or
Like
that
I
they're
just
actually going
it's
to keep
so
producing good content.
yeah, like the Batman one was the freaking funniest. Remember? They're like, we don't even know what's in it yet, but it's $40. Like that is the
Yeah,
crappiest. Like
no.
that's so stupid. I don't
Yeah,
know. The more
definitely
you
putting
think about it, the dumber it gets.
No, I mean,
But
look, it's putting the cart before the horse for sure.
yeah.
The only other thing that was really noteworthy, there was a lot of buzz the last couple days about Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Does anybody
Uh,
really care?
no, I think the horse is that the phrase? What's the thing is?
If you don't know what it is, you shouldn't say it.
Yeah, I could have stumbled through that real bad. You put the horse and the juries out and the people in glass houses sink ships. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I mean, I have really generally nothing good to say. I'm sure that
I
Rob.
think it's not as bad as the last one.
Uh,
So it's got that going for
let's
it.
hope. Well, I'm sure Rob will play it, and I will be able to speak with him offline and pick his brain about his thoughts, and maybe even torture myself enough to actually witness it for
Nice.
as much as I can possibly stand it. Which will be about 2 minutes. So yeah, do you have any other topics of interest or anything else that you don't think we covered? By the way, in case people forgot, this is not a comprehensive rundown of all the things that have happened, just things that either we care about, think we could talk about, or want to talk
hadn't
about.
already talked about.
Right.
I did. PS4 got a price drop when the Uncharted thing came out.
Yeah,
so
we did not talk about that.
More the merrier.
Well, there was a rumor a month or so ago, and we posted up on our Facebook page about, $50 price drop in, like, Australia. And everybody's like, really? Who cares?
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, but it's coming, and that's good. That's a good thing.
Halo 4 reviews are trickling in. They're all saying
5?
that 4, God, yeah, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's basically unanimously saying the campaign is, like, the worst in the series and that the multiplayer is pretty good. So that's cool if you like that, Xbox people.
Hey, I actually heard the exact same thing, that the story is basically non-existent. I wonder where they get that trade from.
Yeah.
Maybe the previous owner. And,
yeah. Oh, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 is just god-awful, even though that's last month, sort of.
I mean, it's totally last month.
That game is...
And actually, Kyle and I kind of touched on it. But since we didn't get your opinion on it, I mean, really?
I remember being the one defending it and going, wait till it comes out, you guys. We'll see. Just wait. And now it's out, and it's awful, and it makes me sad. But,
well, I mean, at least you eat crow well.
Yeah. I mean, I accept it. I'm, in the very, very slim chance that somebody listened to me and pre-ordered the game or something, I feel bad.
Oh, my God. Well, if they did, I'm pretty sure they're not a listener anymore, which is all your fault.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
What if I was like Activision plant and I was like, guys, wait, Tony Hawk could be awesome. Just wait. Like Metacritic's like 30.
Worst game ever, dude.
Like, I think it might be like the lowest rated game of the year. Like actual game. I mean, not like some Steam shower with your dad simulator, but yeah.
Dudes bathing dudes. That was a good episode for those who missed it.
That was a very weird, funny episode. That was like the hardest I laughed on this show. It was so bad.
Oh my God.
Another couple of tidbits. Far Cry Primal. That sounds okay. That's kind of cool. I like this whole caveman thing that's going on in video games.
I'm over that crap.
I don't care about it. But
it's like going back to Primal Rage.
Dude, don't you dare diss Primal Rage.
Dumb.
You know the second dumb with this.
Dumb. It's dumb.
There was this big Kotaku investigative, quote-unquote, piece on the messy history of Destiny, even though we talk about Destiny, I think, too much. But
I think we do too, but it's always in the news, so what do you do?
Yeah, if you want to read it, anyone out there, it's called The Messy... What's the actual name of it? Yeah, The Messy True Story Behind the Making of Destiny. It's basically how a year before the game came out, they literally like remade the entire game.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of an implosion meltdown. Good stuff.
Now that it's picked up its feet, bootstraps, what am I saying? Seems like... Yeah, I don't know. Good luck to them. All the people left, basically, is the moral of the story. Yep. The people that started on Destiny are no longer working on Destiny.
Yeah.
Overwatch, the Blizzard first-person shooter, that beta starts in a couple days, October 27th. That'll be cool. I really want to play it. I love Blizzard. I was obsessed with Hearthstone for a long time. And
also Activision.
Yeah, a little bit, but
it's good to be Activision right now. I mean, let's be honest.
Call of Duty 5, 10, 2017, 100, 2015.
Destiny, they've got Blizzard, they've got it all, man.
Yeah.
Better than EA. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ubisoft. Ugh.
Yeah. I think that's about it. I'm looking at like the top stories of the month, and we pretty much hit all this good stuff.
I mean, that's what we do here.
Yeah.
That's what we do here.
Yeah.
I mean, well, then... if there isn't anything else, which is perfectly okay, that's probably going to bring us to the end of this weird Halloween episode. So there's cool music going on in the background. There's like thunderstorms, sound effects and things, laughing and doors slamming and just weird stuff. Anyway, you can check us out online on iTunes, on iHeartRadio, at GamerFeed Radio on Twitter, or, GamerFeedRadio.com if you want to check out all the other cool things that are going on. Until next time, gamers, peace out.
Peace.